It is the winter of 1959. Deep in the heart of the Soviet Ural Mountains, a search pilot spots a tiny orange speck against the endless white snow. It is a tent, but what investigators find inside that tent defies all logic. It wasn't destroyed by an avalanche. It wasn't attacked by animals. It was cut open from the inside. 9 experienced hikers fled into the freezing darkness without their boots, without their coats, and without a chance of survival. When their bodies were finally found, they told a story of horror. Crushed chests, missing eyes, and skin turned a strange shade of orange. For over 60 years, the world has asked one question: what forced them to run to their deaths? The group consisted of 10 hikers. They were young, fit, and students of the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, was a master of the mountains. But there is a twist of fate in this tragedy. One man, Yuri Yudin, fell ill with joint pain just 2 days into the trip. He was forced to turn back. A black and white photo captures the final hug between Yuri and Igor. Yuri looks sad to leave his friends. He didn't know that he was hugging a ghost. He would be the only one to survive, and the burden of that survival would haunt him for the rest of his life. The group continued deeper into the wilderness. We know exactly what happened in those final days because they left behind diaries and cameras. Their last journal entry was lighthearted. They joked about the cold and the snowman of the mountains. On February 1st, late in the afternoon, they made a fatal decision. Due to worsening weather, they set up camp on the exposed slope of Kolevato in the local Mansi language, translates to Dead Mountain. They ate dinner around 6 p.m. They took off their wet boots to dry. They were relaxed. But sometime in the night, chaos erupted. Weeks later, the first bodies were found a mile downhill near a large cedar tree. It was Georgiy Krivonischenko and Yuri Doroshenko. They were stripped to their underwear, lying next to the remains of a small fire. Their hands were burned, not from the fire, but from trying to climb the tree. Broken branches suggested they were desperately trying to climb up to see something or to escape something on the ground. Nearby, the bodies of Igor Dyatlov and Zinaida Kolmogorova were found. They were not running away. They were crawling back towards the tent. They died trying to save their friends. It took 2 more months for the snow to melt, enough to find the rest of the group. And this is where the story turns into a nightmare. The last 4 hikers were found deep in a ravine, buried under 13 feet of snow. Unlike the others, these 4 had suffered massive internal trauma. Nicolas Thibeaux-Brignollel had a crushed skull. Lyudmila Dubinina and Semyon Zolotaryov had multiple broken ribs. Doctors compared the force required to cause such damage to a car crash. Yet, they had no external bruises. It was as if they were crushed by high pressure. But the most chilling detail, Lyudmila was missing her tongue and eyes. Semyon was missing his eyes, too, and strange traces of radiation were found on their clothes. The Soviet government sealed the files. The funerals were held with open caskets, and family members noted the hiker's skin had turned a deep brick orange color. What really happened? Theory 1. The avalanche. Did a slab of snow collapse on the tent? It explains the cut tent and the crushed ribs. But why did they walk calmly away instead of running? And footprints show they walked at a normal pace. Theory 2. The military, another group of hikers camping 30 miles away, reported seeing strange glowing orange spheres in the sky that night. Was it a missile test? Did a sonic boom cause the internal injuries? Theory 3. In the wind blowing over the mountain peak could create a Karman vortex street, a low-frequency sound that causes panic, nausea, and hallucinations. In humans, the solitary survivor, Yuri Yudin, spent his life trying to uncover the truth. Before he died in 2013, he said, "If I could ask God just one question, it would be, what really happened to my friends that night?" The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains a cold case, a story of adventure, friendship, and a terror so great that it forced 9 people to flee into the frozen arms of death. Perhaps the mountains simply didn't want them there. What is your theory? Let us know in the comments below.